Huge thanks are in order for Franz bringing the Cybertruck to the Peterson Cars and Coffee meet, because he let people get way up close and personal and give us all kinds of new details that I don't think we've seen before, including the updated charge port design. No longer are we getting that pixelated Tesla T logo, now just a perfect little triangular Cybertruck side angle profile. It's very iconic and memorable. Pretty much the closest thing we have to a logo on the Cybertruck of any kind. There's pretty much no Tesla branding, doesn't need it. It's the Cybertruck. It basically is its own logo. And also we got some more details of the bed, including footage of the vault cover moving up and down, and that little lip that goes over the vault cover, I'm assuming here, but I'm pretty sure that's going to have some kind of mesh or kind of bristles like a broom would to make sure that gravel and debris don't get caught inside the vault cover. Definitely don't want to have another Rivian powered tonneau cover situation on our hands again, so I hope that Tesla is doing more research on it than Rivian did. But also you can see a lot more rubberized sealant across the vault, pointing to the idea that Tesla is in fact intending to make the Cybertruck semi-waterproof so that it can power through deep water scenarios for a little bit. But one area that we finally got to see some up-close detail on that didn't show much water sealing is the sub-trunk, or the sub-bed cover storage, I should say. Yes, there is a section that can be folded up and have additional storage beneath your cargo, underneath the vault, which is really cool, but there definitely seems to be a lot more rubberized sealant technology around the charge port door. That's definitely going to be good, because this is supposed to be a very high voltage vehicle with the fastest charging NACS port ever made, so you want to make sure that thing is water sealed when driving it through high depths. Seeing how they've tucked away the little charge port inside just the wheel well makes you wonder how the heck are they going to fit CCS2 on this thing if they ever plan on launching it outside of North America. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're going to have to fundamentally change everything about the Cybertruck in order to launch it in other markets. But we also got a lot more up-close details of the interior, now seeing pretty clearly what I think is perforation on the front row seats, meaning that the Cybertruck pretty likely will have ventilated, like actively cooled seats, which I'm sure most of you California Cybertruck buyers are going to appreciate in our increasingly hot summers, as well as up-close shots of the vault controls on the side sails of the vault, also where the tailgate is likely released, and also getting a lot of close-ups on that tailgate itself. There's a lot of speculation going on as to whether or not Tesla is going to continue with the tailgate ramp design and, let you take your bikes or your quad runners directly into the vault without any third-party accessories. There still seems to be a bit of a seam on the top section of that tailgate, so I think there's still a chance it will have it, but they're definitely not quite ready to showcase it yet. But I have the suspicion, as well as other people do on Twitter, that the unwrapped Cybertrucks that we're seeing, like the ones Franz is driving around, is likely still kind of like a Gamma prototype. It is not Cybertrucks that were built from Giga Texas. It is likely a hand-built model at Fremont or at the engineering headquarters. But simultaneously, the wrapped Cybertrucks, a lot of people are thinking this must be the production build, because they've actually started shipping a wrapped Cybertruck to New Zealand for hardcore winter testing, which, just to get you guys a little bit of perspective, Tesla sent a Model 3 to New Zealand for winter testing only 6 to 7 weeks before first Model 3 deliveries began. So the fact that we're actually seeing them unpack it and test it there is a good indication that first deliveries are just 2 or 3 months away, hopefully. Doesn't necessarily guarantee that's going to be the same turnaround time, but there's little design cues, little design differences in the way that the doors are made on those wrapped Cybertrucks, and now we're seeing multiple wrapped Cybertrucks around the Fremont area as well, thanks to Joe Tegmeyer. Footage of Giga Texas actually starting Cybertruck production, so I'm sure it's still in its early stages. It's likely not ramped up to, any kind of meaningful volume, but there's been leaked footage from inside the factory showcasing assemblies of the Cybertrucks actually in action, and there's 2 9,000-ton gigapresses that have been installed and are now in the calibration process cranking out Cybertruck underbodies, which is really exciting to see. And the New Zealand shots even showcased a better angle than we've ever seen before of the Frunk, which is, yes, inspired from the F-150 Lightning, with a very low, easy loading angle for any cargo you want to put in the Frunk. Still not a great view of it. We can't exactly see how deep it goes, but I do like knowing that it's going to be more accessible than the traditional Rivian Frunk, and I think there's definitely got to be some differences between just like these random prototypes that Franz drives around and also these wrapped prototypes that have some more updated design cues, like those more angular slits on the door cutouts, which we've actually seen some steel now on the inside of Giga Texas, showcasing what I believe is a side side door panel for the Cybertruck. So this just gets me really, really excited for what the future has in store, because there's more and more details all starting to fall into place now. We're seeing rear-wheel steering in action on these prototypes, and the charge port door, in my opinion, is looking a lot more finalized. And some people were concerned about how low the Cybertruck windows rolled down, but Franz at this little meet and greet was able to roll down the front window all the way, which was refreshing to see. But also kind of interesting was how he opens the back door. So there's no door handles per se, but there are little door buttons on the side columns, and when he pushes one, the rear window has to drop quite a bit for the door to actually open. I know that's how it works currently, pretty much on all Teslas. There's a little bit of window drop, but this one looks like the window needs to be rolled down like a full 3 to 4 inches before the door can actually be opened. Maybe that's just a software thing, maybe they're being overly cautious, but that seems like a lot of motion every time you open the back doors, in my opinion. And something else that might not be finalized on Franz's prototype is inside the bed they had this little cap that opened up, and we didn't really see anything inside it, but I'm pretty sure that's where the higher voltage outlets as well as the air compressor would go, because on this prototype I don't see where you're supposed to tap into that air compressor or access the 220 volt outlets that Tesla originally promised the Cybertruck would have. Hopefully they don't end up scrapping that, because I'm sure the Cybertruck's gonna have a massive battery pack regardless of what you think of the range, so it would be refreshing and nice if you could tap into that battery pack when you're on the go, if you want to weld off of it or power things when you're out and about, or heck, even charge another EV if you want to. F-150 Lightning should do it. Why shouldn't the Cybertruck be able to, you know? So I don't know where those outlets are. I'm assuming that's the little flap for it and it's just not ready yet. And the other things I've seen that may not be quite ready are the Cybertruck tail lights. Right now, when the brakes activate, there's only 2 lights on the back, and I'm pretty sure federally there has to be a third center brake light, and Elon in the past has referenced there being a light bar across the tailgate. We haven't seen it activated, so maybe that supplier just isn't ready yet. But there are some backup lights, luckily, right beneath the tailgate when you put the Cybertruck into reverse, which hopefully everybody is aware of what's happening when you're backing that thing up, because those steel edges are really, really sharp. They go a little bit past the plastic pieces alongside the Cybertruck trim, so I'm hoping that no one gets injured walking around this thing, because it is probably sharper than your typical pickup truck. So it's great to see all these puzzle pieces coming together. What are you guys most excited for in all of these leaked pictures? Let me know when you think Cybertruck deliveries are gonna start and what the pricing will be like down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. It seriously helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again, and have an excellent rest of your day.